Okay, I just filmed a whole unboxing of this and I unwrapped this and I unwrapped the plastic off of here, but I have not looked at the cards yet because then I looked up and I realized that I had not hit record on the camcorder. So I'm very disappointed because there was much squealing to be had when I opened this deck up because I received it in the mail and I didn't know what it was. I knew that there was a deck coming. It's been coming for a while, and in fact the gracious woman who gave it to me has gotten one for herself, and she waited. Hers came quite some time ago, and she's waited all this time before she opened hers up so that we could open them at the same time, which was absolutely amazing and mind-boggling because I personally would not have been able to do that. Yeah, I wouldn't have done that. I'm not that patient, and I know I'm not that patient. I'm so excited about this. I literally was shaking because look at the back. Those who dream by day are cognizant of many things which escape those who dream only by night. Edgar Allan Poe, who I absolutely adore. And this is a deck of demons, phantoms, vampires, and werewolves. Oh my. And they are fully illustrated. They are based on original Victorian photographs. And they are based on Rider-Waite-Smith's established tarot meanings. So there is a keyword or a little white, but there is a little white book, but it is pretty much your Rider-Waite-Smith keywords there. I'm serious. I'm just so excited. I don't have a dark deck. I had purchased the Tarot of the Vampires and ended up passing it on because I absolutely adore the deck. Or the book, but I just couldn't get in tune with the images. They just didn't work for me. So this is so exciting. I can't even stand it. It comes with all kinds of beautiful packaging. This is a postcard, which is going on my wall, which, let me cover. But they even have like to Kelly from, and it has the person's name. So that I thought was a really nice touch. They have these, just everything is just gorgeous, from their, their card to just this beautiful random card dreaming of the Firebird. It's just like a Russian fairy tale picture. Everything is just beautifully done. I don't, to be honest, know how much this is. It doesn't have an invoice in it, because it was a gift. I've never looked to price these, but I know these are not cheap. This is an independent published deck, so you're talking about the Fountain Tarot, the Wild Unknown, and the box feels like that. I mean, it feels like, and the inside, because I did unwrap the deck. I have not looked at it yet because you can see both sides. Look at the backing. Number one this will be blacked. She might have a heart attack, but this will be blacked because how stunning is that going to be when you blacken the edges? But that is a like silver and black, absolutely gorgeous backing. And then look at the inside of the box. It's just perfect. Just all tarot decks should be this way. And it's like black and with its purple on the inside. It's absolutely a gorgeous box. You could keep it like this. And be very happy with that on your shelf. So I'm just in love with the packaging. I feel the same way about the Fountain Tarot box. I feel the same way about the Wild Unknown box. Like, those are boxes that you can set out, and they're pieces of art by themselves. And that's how I feel about this as well. It looks like an old book binding. Beautifulness. So I'm so excited. I really can't hardly stand it. I'm going to try to be good. It has a basic little white book with 2 spreads in it, Secret Fears spread as well as a vampire spread. And then it goes right into it with just sort of your basic keywords upright and your reversed or in shadow as well. And it does make note that the major cards are not numbered, so that you can have them be whatever, if you either know the numbers, 8 can be, strength can be justice, strength and justice can be whatever number you want to use. That doesn't bother me. I don't really pay a whole lot of attention to the numbers anyways. So then, it goes through all of the cards like that. So it seems to be pretty much, the keywords that would be for Rider-Waite-Smith type of meanings. So there is that, though. I wanted to point that out. Cardstock is beautiful. It's that smooth butteriness. There's a sheen to it, but not a shine, other than the metallic beautifulness. It's thin like I like it. It has that feeling of like the Dow, the Dow Oracle, where it's thin. I think these are going to shuffle like a dream, but it's got that butteriness that, you really just know when you have nice cardstock, and this has that kind of a feel to it. I really should have changed my background to like the black one, but I couldn't wait long enough to do that. So, now I got stuff everywhere. So I couldn't wait, so we'll just have to suffer through it. And look at, see, I did not know that these, this is definitely a first impressions. I have not seen very many of these cards. I am a huge fan. If you've watched my channel long enough, you know I am a huge fan of monsters and vampires and werewolves and all that kind of thing. Frankenstein. A lot of my thesis work and my master's work in literature had to do with monster theory, and so I'm just a huge fan of that. And so one thing I like about this is that it kind of has all of it instead of, let's say, just like the vampires. So I'm so excited. I adore, it's my perfect setup of a thin bottom title, and then the whole rest of it being open to the image. That's exactly how I like my images. Sorry, I had to stop and message her. Okay, so I'm breathing because I'm so excited. So the Fool, I mean, look, we still have the Sun, we still have the Precarious Perch, but this is, this is a dark deck. This is gorgeous Fool card. He's precarious, but we have the Sun. Yeah, I'm so excited. Look at the Magician. Look at his creepy fingers like Nafasati. Can I zoom in a little bit more? I want you to be able to see these well. He's got those creepy fingers, but we have, like, there's a sword, there's a skull, there's a flame, or a flame here. We don't have a cup, but we get that kind of feeling of a cup with the timer thingy. I don't know. It doesn't matter to me. He looks like the Magician. Look at the clouds and the sun and the backdrop. Oh my goodness, look at her. She's stunning. Look at the black and white towers with the skulls on them. Oh my goodness. And we even have the watery feel down at the bottom with this like kind of blanket that she's wrapped in. That's just gorgeous. Here we have the, oh no, look, Creepy Child, A, which is okay because this is a creepy deck. We have the Empress. She looks very like Queen Elizabeth-y kind of feel. But look, in the mirror we see her reflection, but instead of the creepy child, what's in the mirror? A creepy skeleton. Oh, here we have the Emperor kind of gathering up his skulls, but he's very emperorly posed. I think these are even skulls up here making the chandelier and everything. So he has definitely organized his kingdom. Here's the Hierophant. Creepy. I don't know why, but I'm really zoning in on background things. He looks very wonderful. I love him. But look, there's a vampire, it looks like, in the background, and that is either, my face is about this far away from the camera, because I'm trying to see. This is either just a creepy statue or it is something crawling on the ceiling. It could be either one, but regardless, it's the Hierophant. And he works as a, like all of these work as what they are, as well as having the other creep factor. Oh my goodness, here we have the Lovers. This is actually quite gorgeous because you do have that sense of making a choice. Like, oh, now all the stories of vampires, they don't have choice, but sometimes people want to be vampires. And this is you need to make a good decision because you're going to be living forever. So you better not, you better know what you want. Here we have the Chariot. That's quite interesting. We have, in the original, we have sort of the sphinxes with the breasts even, and so we get that idea with these sphinxes here. They actually are. There's their clawed hands, and then we have this strange angelic winged creature with the mask on it, but yeah, it works as a chariot, and yeah, it's not moving like I prefer my chariots, but this is very Rider-Waite-Smith, who's just kind of standing there. And I love the very darkness with the bright moons and or almost like it seems like the sun, so it seems like this is in the midst of an eclipse or something like that. I really like that. Oh, I have seen this card and it is one of my favorite strength cards. Seriously, this strength card is beyond amazing. I'm not kidding you. I think this is my favorite strength card. How gorgeous is that? So, 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 so gorgeous. I literally have to take a breath because I'm so in love with this card. I want to frame it, but I'm not because I'm going to be using it. That's going to go over here for a minute. Look at the Hermit. Oh, he looks like he's like outside of Dracula's castle and he has got his lantern and he is going to, or like maybe it's Van Helsing and he's going out hunting. I don't know, but it's a wonderful Hermit. Wonderful Hermit. Look at the Wheel of Fortune. It's a tarot reader. I don't know why I'm trying to do this as a first impression because I'm so excited. Oh, I'm so excited. That is stunning. Oh, look at Justice. What does it say on here? Maleville's. I can't read that. But look at, there's always these creepy people in the background. Look at that creepy guy in the background with the long fingers. That idea of justice and looking for the truth. I think he's really trying to find the truth. I don't think he's going to be maybe thrilled about what he finds, but there's that sense of being really weighed down with making sure that he is finding out the truth. Oh, here's the Hanged Man. And look, he's hanged upside down, so it's not like I thought maybe it would be literally a hunged person. A person who's hung by the neck. But look at the owl, the moon. I mean, it's just gorgeous. But entirely readable. Like, I haven't seen anything that's not readable. Look at Death. Now, I will say this is a death card. Like, this is an ending card. You don't even really have the sense of the sun coming up tomorrow. We have, obviously people who have died here. We have the skeletal death, like in the Rider-Waite-Smith, but he's down off the horse and not covered up so much. But it's beautiful. We definitely have the sense, though, that this is the end of something. Oh, look at Temperance. We have the Waters. We have her standing kind of on the edge. She's not got one foot in and one foot out, but that's okay. She's got the cups, and there's even red in one of the cups. We can't see what color's in the other, but we have the blue and the red. It's very small popping of red, but that's there. Look at the skull, and look at this. This is just gorgeous. Oh my goodness. This is interesting. I have seen this before. I want to say Viridian Sea talked about this card as being one of her favorite devil cards. But look at this, because we have, this is about addiction, and we have, this kind of almost demonic looking fallen angel here with a syringe. But look at, she's grasping It's very powerful. I mean, this is a very powerful devil card because we have sort of the really overpoweringness of addiction. But look at, she is literally enfolding her addiction. She's hanging on to it. So this has, you know, this has everything that I need to work with the devil card. The Tower. This, I will say, I don't think the graphics are as great on this as the rest of them. Although it's still beautiful, and we still have the, you know, the gargoyles. We have, you know, the lightning strike. So this is very readable as a tower. This is not my favorite card in the deck, but it's very cool. The bloody shadows, the lightning strike. You know, this is everything I think that you need. You can, every one that I've seen thus far. Look at the star. How beautiful is she? We've got the single star, kind of that single point of light here. You know, we've seen so many of these larger moons and things like that, even the clouded moons. But I love that we just have this one tiny prick of light, that little bit of hope that's there. Look at the moon! Oh my goodness! That is stunning. That's probably one of my top moon cards. That is gorgeous. We have this figure over here. We have the crescent moon. We even have a crescent moon on her forehead. We have the wolf howling next to her that almost seems like there's a little bit of blood on the side of his mouth. That is stunning. Oh, creepy child. Creepy sun child. But A, he's not naked, and B, he's supposed to be creepy because this is a creepy deck. But look at, we have this, you know, and a very dark deck in terms of coloration, darkness. It's nighttime. This is a nighttime deck. A little bit of light in temperance, but, you know, mostly this is a dark, so far, a nighttime deck. And so we have these rays of light that are coming in on him, and we do have sunflowers, the child, the horse, very Rider-Waite-Smith, but in a creepy way. I always find these to be creepy, and now there's a reason to be creepy. Look at Judgment. Look at Judgment. He's kind of, my opinion, this is really neat, though, because we have this very monstery looking creature here. But he's obviously in agony. He's obviously kind of seeing himself for his choices. He's seeing himself for his decision. He's risen up from the grave, though, and I feel like all he has to do is turn around and sort of face the choices that he's made that have taken him to this place, and face the angel, and then he's going to have a chance for a new life and sort of doing things over again. That's how I choose to see that. Look at the World card. How beautiful is that? I just, some of these cards are killing. This is gorgeous. I'm just keeping a few of these out that just I think are amazing. They're really, almost all of them are amazing. Just because I'm gonna have to photograph them for Instagram. Let's be honest. Okay, so now we get to our aces. Okay, let me be good here. Let me move some stuff out of the way. That goes over there. These go over here. I just don't want to see things, so I'm trying to be very careful because I have no desire to spoil. I feel like a child in the penny candy store. Okay, I just always like to see the aces together, although because these are based on photographs, not artwork, I didn't expect there to be a cohesiveness to it, so to speak. But we have here the Ace of Wands, the Ace of Cups. The cohesiveness is skulls. We have the swords, which is awesome. It's like stuck in a cemetery. And then we pentacles, we have like the Union, not the Union Jack. Oh no. We have like the pirate or the poison sign up above this thing, kind of warning away maybe that there's a plague or something. I don't know. So I just wanted to flash those for a minute. We are going to start with the swords because that's my favorite. So I can't wait any longer to see them. Okay, I'm going to zoom back in. I know this is the most unbiased review or walkthrough of this deck because I'm so excited. But this is a first impressions. First impressions, people. So here's the Ace of Swords, which I do. Look at the Two of Swords. Oh, I love it. There's not a sword in sight, but you still get the same. Ah. I'm sorry, I'm messaging her as I'm like, oh, the Two of Swords, be still my heart. Yeah, love that. Look at the Three of Swords. She looks so sad, and we have a pigeon. Look at, we have a pigeon couple, mated pigeon set, and one of them has died. Not pulling any punches, this deck. Look at the Four of Swords. Taking a rest, but look at the crow on his leg, or her, yeah, his leg. And he better hope a vampire doesn't come bite his neck. But no, that's gorgeous. Ooh, look at the Five of Swords. I think I'd be looking a little more afraid if I turned around and saw that werewolf. We definitely have some opposition going on there. Look at the Six of Swords. Is that the Lady of Shalott? Oh, should I start singing the Lady of Shalott? Ah, that is gorgeous. Well, it's either, no, there is death in the, he's kicking her across. It's like the river man that stands and you have to give them coins and then he's going to take you across the river. Oh, do I love that card. Oh, that's a creepy Seven of Swords. Yeah, dishonesty. She's like stealing this away, but is she stealing it away because she needs to protect herself from the witch? Or, you know, that's again, you get that same Seven of Swords feel amazingly. Here we have the Eight of Swords. She looks like she is she chained up to that? I don't think so. I think she is a little bit in there by her fear. I would have liked to have seen her a little bit more bound and being able to get out, but this still, I think, gives the effect of the Eight of Swords really nicely. Look at the Nine of Swords, all this stuff she's afraid of. There's ghosts, and there's birds that might come and peck her eyes out, and there's a creepy castle. Like she's sitting in bed, but there's all this creepy stuff in her mind. That's perfect. And then we have the Ten of Swords. Now, this is actually quite tame for Ten of Swords. I actually think this is beautiful because there is that sort of loss of something, but you don't have 10 bloody things in the back. Although, you know, this, whatever's in here might be coming back out of the grave because it could be turning into a vampire. That's beautiful. I have to say the skies in this deck are absolutely stunning. Look at the Page of Swords. That again has that feeling of, there's a scene in Penny Dreadful that is a nighttime scene, and there's like this lantern guy is going around and lighting the lantern, and then this girl is kind of sitting there kind of just waiting. I think she's eating an apple or something, and something comes and eats her. It's a fantastic scene. That makes me think of that. Look at the Knight. He's got his armor on. Look at the Queen of Swords. Oh! Oh, love her. Love her. Look at the King of Swords. I love him. You know, I'm a swords person, and the swords are fantastic. Ace of Wands. I'm literally like getting overwhelmed by how much I love this. Here we have the Two of Wands. Look at the ghost woman back there. But he's walking away from it. He's going to go find a different direction. Look at the Three of Wands. How beautiful is that? The Four of Wands. See, there can be celebration even in the creepy world. The Five of Wands. Look, he's having to battle these zombie ghosts. The Six of Wands. I mean, this is, to me, extremely readable for writer. Oh, is that creepy? That's a creepy demon. Oh, goodness. I think that's the scariest one yet. Oh, look at him. the Eight of Wands. So we have things like coming out. It's like the gargoyles are coming out, kind of shooting out to the side. So we do get that sense of movement, even though they're stone gargoyles. So that's pretty cool, actually. The skies are so dramatic. I mean, this is the whole deck is dramatic in a marvelous way. And I don't like photo digitized decks, but this is amazing. Because you have to just let it be what it is. You just have to kind of, that's kind of what Gothic thing is, and Penny Dreadful. It's just like letting yourself sink into the world and be frightened and be, shocked and be, deliciously horrified. And that's, that's kind of the spirit you have to get into. Look at the Ten of Wands with her bundle on her back. I love that. Look at the shadow looming over. That is not her shadow. Oh, creepy page. Ghost page. Look at the musician back here, little playing the fiddle and the light. The play of light in this is actually quite stunning. Yeah, the play of light, because this is a very dark deck, but the play of light and the bursts of light in the skies and things, I think are going to be really powerful, intuitive hits in this deck. I think it's something that's going to be really pay attention to those bursts of light and those different nuances of light in the background. The Queen of Wands, all dressed in red and with her red hair, but she almost is gray tone, like she's not maybe alive. These are all like on a theater stage, it looks like. These two, the King and the Queen, which works for the Wands. Here we have the Cups. Oh, look at, that's so fantastic. But look, we have the bats in the background. Ugh. Oh, it's gorgeous. Look at the Three of Cups. Oh, these bats, but they're not afraid of these bats at all. Look at, she's got a vampire bet. They all three are little vampire children. I love this deck so much. Here we have a gorgeous Four of Cups. I can't hardly stand it. I love it so much. Four of Cups. She's bored with life. She's laying in a coffin. She's so bored. The Five of Cups. Isn't that beautiful? She's just seeing what she's lost. She's just kind of walking in the dark, but then look at, we've got that shaft of sunlight. The use of light, definitely, I know I just said that, but the use of light here is just stunning. Just absolutely stunning. Here we have the Six of Cups, and I believe these little children are at the grave of their mother. But it still works. Oh, here we have the Seven of Cups. Daydreams. She's kind of thinking of being both realistic and fantastical. Delusions. Look at her. She's just amazing. The Eight of Cups. Kind of taking the next step, moving on. We've got the steps here. It's time for her to walk out of this creepy house. Here we have the Nine of Cups. I have, I'm starting to get a number of decks that have absinthe in them. He's obviously drinking absinthe, earthly pleasures. That must be Edgar Allan Poe. I'm going to say that's Edgar Allan Poe. That is some writer that's drinking absinthe. Ten of Cups, we have the Happy Family. I love this deck so much. This deck tickles me endlessly. I love it. Page of Cups. The Knight of Cups. Look at the gorgeous Queen of Cups. Look at the King of Cups. It's Nafrasati. I never know how to say that correctly. But he loves her. He loves her very much. Ace of Pentacles. Again, I like that gargoyle one. I don't think the graphics are the greatest on the Ace of Pentacles, but I love that it's that kind of sign for poison. The Two of Pentacles, you know, we have that two wheels there. She's not actually balancing on it, but we just get that same sense of that. Oh, and there's my Frankenstein. This mean, horrible Dr. Frankenstein and my sweet, wonderful, poor Adam there. Oh, I'm so glad there's Frankenstein. Oh, this makes my whole, everything. That's just kill me. Just kill me now. Here we have the Four of Pentacles. Miserly old woman, I guess. Here, look at the beautiful Five of Pentacles. Oh, that's stunning. Isn't that gorgeous? Oh, I love it. The Six of Pentacles. Now look at, he's got weird ears here. He's like not a good thing. Oh. You know, he's going to help her out because he does look kindly. Look, he does look kindly, but his ears are pointy. But he's going to help her. Her child maybe has died, and he's going to maybe bring him back. And I don't know, but I think it's a wonderful card. Oh, the Seven of Pentacles, where you normally see the Eight of Pentacles. I can't hardly stand this. The Nine of Pentacles with, you know, the hawk. You know, I think, is it the Nine of Pentacles? It's in the Druidcraft with a lady and the hawk as well. Opulence, you know, this beautiful hobby. And that's what in the Druidcraft, it's that sense of, you know, the luxury of having that kind of a hobby, of that kind of thing that you're doing. So we have that. We have the Ten of Pentacles. Look at the gorgeous Page of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles is the Headless Horseman. And the beautiful Queen of Pentacles. The King of Pentacles is amazing. And what do we have? Another card. Oh, there's a second Lover's card. Oh, this is the one I'll take. That is gorgeous. Oh, I'm going the wrong. Oh, the Lovers. Okay, so there are two Lovers cards. This is beautiful. I mean, they're both cool. I like the moon in this. He looks very much like an old Victorian, old black and white movie vampire. But I think this embodies the Lovers. She looks a little bit frightened, where she's clearly massively in love with him and making that choice. So for me, this is definitely the Lovers card that I will be keeping. So there we have it. It's been 40-some minutes, and all we've done is look through the cards. But oh, this deck feels amazing. I need to, okay, I had to make an Instagram photo. Okay, let's zoom out. Let's go out. Now, I know that this has gotten long. Well, I don't, because I've stopped a lot, so the timer is making it hard for me to judge this. These shuffle like a dream. This I really love. This is a thinner, if you have like the Fountain Tarot or the Wild Unknown, this is definitely thinner cardstock than that, which is actually perfect for me because I personally like a thin cardstock. I will be blacking these edges. In fact, I messaged her and I said, I hope you're not going to have a heart attack when I black these edges, but this deck just screams to be blackened. So to me, these shuffle just divinely. They almost feel like shuffling a Llewellyn deck, which I, love. I know that not everybody's pleased with the Llewellyn cardstock, and this is not the same as a Llewellyn cardstock, but it has that same shuffle that I love from a Llewellyn, but the cards feel like a buttery wonderfulness. So it's that kind of perfect blend for me of butteriness, thinness, but yeah, look at that. Can we just talk about the Two of Swords? And see, it's going to split like a dream because it's that gorgeousness. So here we have the Seven of Pentacles, the Knight of Wands. We still have a horse. He's not on the horse, but that's okay. I do like knights to be on. Oh, I am like way out of whack. I do like knights to be I need to take a roller brush to my thing. I do like knights to be on horses for that sense of movement, but we have the sense he's gone off and he's gone away. That works perfectly fine. We have the Ace of Swords. I mean, just look at these. Ace of Wands. The Three of Swords is so wonderful. And the Six of Wands. So from what I saw, you know, just again, this is my first impression, but from what I see, these are perfectly able to be read as a Rider-Waite Smith. I don't think these are going to be difficult to read with whatsoever, to be honest. More in here. So let me just show you. I love that card. And like I said, I really picked up on a lot, you know, the backgrounds have a lot going on. There's a lot of people lurking in there that I think are awesome. The use of light, I think, is very important when you have that, that random bursts of light. I think those are things to really pay attention to. It's going to go off the, that's the Ten of Wands, which is fine. You can see her creepiness without. And then here we have the Headless Horseman, which you can see here. It's gorgeous. I love the size of the cards. I love that they are borderless. I love the cardstock. I love the backing. I really do love this deck. How awesome is the Two of Cups there? Okay. So I know there are some people who say, okay, well, this is it's so dark, you can only use this for shadow stuff. I don't think so. I mean, I personally think that you can read with this just the same way. Obviously, and as a professional reader, I wouldn't read for this for somebody who I didn't know would be cool with this or like this kind of style, because they may not be able to pick up on the, get past the kind of creepy stuff. But other than the creepy factor, I think that this can be read just as if any other deck, and it doesn't need to be read just for shadow work. Okay, I just wanted to play a little bit more with my Bohemian Gothic Tarot, because there is a spread in this that is called the Secret Fears. So these spreads were, there's two spreads that were designed for the Bohemian Gothic tarot deck. So I just wanted to give those a try so you could kind of see how those work with this deck. I don't know if there's enough, you know, how long the walkthrough took. I have to piece that together, so we'll see whether or not this is attached to that or separate on its own. I guess you'll know as you're reading this. But I did want to give these decks a whirl, so to speak, or this deck or these spreads a whirl. So the first one is called the Secret Fears spread, and this is a 6-card spread. And so we're going to lie 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cards out. Let's see here. We're going to have 1. I guess we'll get centered here. 1, 2, 3. Let's see. Let's get these so they're all in view. 1, 2, 3. 4, 5, and 6. So this is our secret fears. And so the first position here is, what is my secret fear? And here we have the Queen of Wands. And I love it when we get these kinds of cards in shadow, because of course the Queen of Wands is a wonderful card to get, that speaks to being, because this is a passionate woman. This is somebody who is affectionate and warm and creative and giving and all these kinds of wonderful things that we think of with the Queen of Wands. Also, you know, why would that be your deepest fears? And there's like two ways that you can read a card in shadow like this. Oh, you know what? I can see there's a lot of glare. There we go. One, we can read it that we are actually afraid of becoming what it is that we want to become. That while we're trying to become the Queen of Swords, we actually fear that success. We fear letting go of maybe who we think we are now, or we fear kind of becoming that again, becoming the thing that we very much want to become. There can be a certain way in which we're actually afraid of fulfilling that. Maybe that we don't know what we're going to do after that, or that we're afraid to think of ourselves as that kind of powerful, caring and passionate woman, and so we have a secret fear about that. So that's one way that you can read a card when it comes in a shadow position. The other thing that you could do is actually kind of then read it in shadow. So what is the Queen of the Queen of Wands, I'm sorry, in shadow is not a compassionate person, right? This is somebody who isn't warm and loving. This is somebody who is, oops, who isn't, so instead of passion and sensual, maybe a cold person, who isn't warm and giving, again, is maybe a cold person. And so there is that sense of, if this is your secret fear, then it's the Queen of Wands in shadow, which might say that you're afraid of being the opposite of what the Queen of Wands is. So that would be the first card. The second card is, how does this affect me psychologically? And here we have the Four of Wands. And so again, since we're looking at secret fears, these are negative things in a way. These are the things that are affecting us in a bad way. And so this particular card then is saying, okay, this is not affecting me in a good way, because we're talking about a secret fear. And so it's keeping me from celebrating who I am. It's keeping me from celebrating if this is who I really am, and I'm not, I'm afraid to be that fully. It's stopping me from reaching that stability and reaching that phase in which I can celebrate this aspect of myself, because I'm not seeing myself as what I really am, or I'm seeing myself differently, like I'm seeing myself as cold instead of passionate, or I am, so afraid of becoming my, what is my potential, that I'm holding myself back, which is again keeping me from celebrating that. So then we have the third card is, how does it affect me practically? It puts me in a state of mourning. You're always going to be in a period of regret if you're not fully either celebrating who you are, or if you're not fully becoming who you are, because you're holding yourself back. And then we have here in the fourth card, what should I do mentally to counter that? And we have the Page of Wands. I love this, because this is the Queen of Wands. This is the full realization, nurturing realization of this suit's energy. And so then what is the way to counter it? It's to start to learn. So the page is the learning. It's the beginning of learning to fully embody the suit. So it's like, start from the beginning. Start fresh. Start to see this. We have that light coming through and shining on this creative person. Start the process of seeing yourself in this aspect as the Queen of Wands. Start from the beginning. Start to learn to do this. Some things don't come naturally. Some things that we have to actually learn. And then here we have the fifth position, which is, what should I do in practical terms to counter this? And here we have the Nine of Pentacles. And this is somebody who is fully embodying, they have gone about and have the luxury to have this sort of, we have her holding the hawk. This is a person who has the money and the resources and the stability to be able to have the luxury of this type of a hobby. So there is a security there. And there is a sense of already being there and being secure in it. And so this would tell me I need to simply be it. I simply need to start to fake it till I make it. Whistle a happy tune, and then you're gonna find out that you're really not afraid when you're trying to be I've been through that with some cards. I think this came up somehow, but there is that sense of, go ahead and start being this person as if you are this person, and you're going to move yourself in that direction. So we have that. And then, oops, I lost our position, or our page. And then for the temperance, if I follow this advice, what will be the outcome? And then we have the beautiful temperance card, which is about taking two disparate energies and pulling them together and coming up with something new. So if I follow this advice of starting and to learn this process and also embody the process that I want to be, and I combine those, I am going to become the new person. I'm going to see myself become this particular person, and this that I have. I'm going to release my fears and be able to fully embody that person that I have the possibility of becoming. So that is the Secret Fears spread, which I think is amazing. So I wanted to show you that one. And then the second spread that was made for this deck is the Vampire spread. And the Vampire spread is about asking about people or situations that seem to drain us of energy. So this is if there are situations in that's robbing you of your vitality. This is kind of, I guess, a way to get to figure out what it is that's causing this. Get at the root of it so that you can obviously address it. So in this one, we have a 5-card spread. We have 1, 2, and 3. And then we have 4. This guy likes to show up for me. And 5. We're becoming friends, this lovely, ugly demon and I. Hopefully you can see those, 4 and 5. So that's the card spread. The first position tells us who or what is draining our energy. And here we have a creepy child is draining my energy. Of course he is, because I don't like creepy children in sun cards. No. So here we have the sun. Again, we have a position that is in shadow. So this is how I read reversals. It's by position, it's by question it's being asked. And this question is being asked is, what is draining my energy? And here we have the sun. Now, if the sun is about happiness and joy and self-confidence, if we think about a man, full-grown man in the Sun card, say with the Llewellyn Tarot, we see that full grace. This is a man who has embodied his power and is self-confident and kind of moving forward, and he can be happy and assured because he has the confidence of his having really mastered his craft, so to speak, or his sense of who he is. If we see that in shadow, we see somebody who has a lack of confidence. So a lack of confidence is holding me back or is draining me in some ways, draining my energy that I could be putting to good use. And instead it's getting drained. I need to have more confidence in myself and my abilities because that lack of confidence is, draining energy that could be put forward into actually moving forward with my life. Here we have the second position is, why am I vulnerable to this? Well, obviously, again, this would depend on the situation, but it's pretty clear that there are various factors that can cause somebody to be on the to have lack of confidence in themselves. It can be a learned thing that can be taught through childhood, where, if we've kind of deviated completely away from the way that we should have according to our childhood, then we don't lack confidence in ourselves because we haven't been taught to be confident in ourselves. If we have been taught religiously, and I will use myself in this example, that we aren't ever enough, that we are kind of the worms of the earth, the heart is essentially wicked, all those kinds of things that get ingrained into you as a child, then you're never going to think that you're enough as you are. and you're always going to second guess yourself. And so that can be one of the ways that you can do that kind of thing. And here we actually have the Ten of Pentacles. And so we're saying that why is this? Why am I vulnerable? And we have a card that's the Ten of Pentacles. That's a success. That is that sense of not ever feeling like I can be successful because I'm not good enough. I'm never going to be good enough, even though we have this image here that can be quite poignant because these people are succeeding, right? This is the Ten of Pentacles. Everything is good. They're good financially. This man is going to help this person out with his finances because here we have a barefoot person. Everything's going to be good. He has lots to share. But if you don't trust that about yourself, if you don't trust that you can be completely successful like the Ten of Pentacles puts out, that is why you're going to be feeling vulnerable about your self-confidence. And in the third position here, we have what is the main effect this is having on me. I think this is fantastic because this is the Knight of Pentacles. We've already set up the fact that this isn't positive. This isn't a positive, I shouldn't say positive. This isn't a light position because we have, this is what's draining me. This is why it's, draining me, and this is what the effect is of its draining. So it can't be read positively, right? Because this is a negative effect of being drained. And so if we think about the Knight of Pentacles, who is the very embodiment of a success in action. And so this is saying, okay, I'm not being able to act fully in the confidence of moving towards success because I'm being drained by the sense of not having confidence in my own ability. Does that make sense? So I think this is a great example of showing you how, if a position is in shadow, how do you read a positive card then? And this is how you would do it. You would think, okay, this is in shadow. This is how this being drained of energy is affecting me. While this is the Knight of Pentacles. This is the action energy of the suit. I'm being stopped. I'm being blocked from that positive action towards being successful because I don't trust myself, because I'm not confident in my own abilities. In the fourth position, we have, what should I do in order to avoid this happening? So here we have the Seven of Wands, and we have this demon guy who, again, as I've said, let's not judge the demon guy. He is been put in a position in which he is being attacked, but what has he done? He has put himself in the best position he can. He has gotten himself in a window that they can only come up one at a time. He can fend them off one at a time. They're going to have a very hard time getting up because he's put himself in a position where he can defend himself. And so I have this sense that, okay, then what can I do? I can start to be my own defender. I need to defend myself. I need to give myself grace. I need to take control of the situation. Nobody can do this for me. I have to do this for myself, and I need to be the defender of my own self and say, I can do, instead of undermine my confidence. And then again, Miss Temperance wants to show up today for these examples. And we have a further piece of advice, and that is through the Temperance card. And so that can be telling us, or telling me, if this is me in this situation, finding balance. Temperance is about finding balance and about finding the middle ground. I love that this particular deck gives that as one of the keywords, is finding the middle ground or the middle path, which is a very Buddhist principle. So I really love that, because we don't want to be so confident that we're arrogant, but we also don't want to be have a lack of confidence and be self-depreciating. And so finding that middle ground and walking that road in balance that has confidence but not arrogance, and not being self-depreciating, is finding the middle road, and walking that middle road is going to also help me as I move forward to be successful and to own my own success. So this is the vampire spread that kind of looks at stuff that's draining us, that is with the Bohemian Gothic Tarot. And so I just wanted to film that really quick in case there is time to add that in. If not, I will put it in separately, just so you can see these spreads and how this deck, it really is a stunning, beautiful, powerful deck. I'm really thrilled with how it reads.